Today, I'm going to be talking about the finish position. That's going to be the back part of your stroke. I'm going to talk about what you want to be doing and also what you want to be on the lookout for when you are taking a look at your own rowing technique and at your finish position. I'm Alicia Clark. I'm a UCAN Row 2 Master Instructor, and let's get into it. First, I'm going to go over what you want to be looking for. At the finish position, we want to be nice and strong. While our arms only do 10% of the work in our rowing stroke, we still want to optimize that 10% as much as we can and also keep our shoulders, elbows, wrists, all that stuff nice and safe. First thing is we want to have a slight lean back at the finish. If you've heard and seen that 11-to-1 body rock, that's where we want to be when we finish our stroke. Slightly lean back as if there was a clock face next to me, and depending on how you video yourself, it'll be either 11 or 1. Then we want to have those shoulders down. We want to have strong shoulders, having those elbows going mostly back and have those wrists flat, finishing about to the bottom of your sternum. So this is what we want our finished position to look like. We're nice and up tall. It's a strong position, and this is where we want to be. Now, what can happen outside of that? First thing that I would take a look for is take a look at your shoulders. Are you shrugging up at any point? Are you trying to force it too much into the finish with your shoulders? We want to think about driving those elbows back, and as a caveat to that, I don't like to say to actively, bring your shoulders together because you don't want to be sitting up so tall that it looks uncomfortable. See how this looks uncomfortable on me right now? So we don't necessarily want to do that, right? However, your shoulder blades are going to come together as those elbows drive back, but we want to feel up tall, not uncomfortably so. So shrugging the shoulders will also keep that neck safe, those shoulders safe. So whether that's at the end, kind of that pull up, you'll see your neck kind of disappear. Those are some things to look for. We want to keep that neck nice and tall as we're finishing our stroke. As we are also taking a look at where that handle height is, because that can have an effect on the wrists and the elbows at the same time. If we're too high, notice how my wrists have to bend to get there. And then most of the time, this is more common, the too high than the too low, because same thing, our wrists aren't straight. We want to find a height where our wrists can be straight and our elbows are comfortably back. We don't want them out to the side, again, because sometimes this wrist bending can happen too. Wrists flat. It's about a 45-degree angle. If I had to give it a measured angle-ish of where your elbows are and how they're going back, I'd say it's about 45 degrees, because we don't want to be straight back, because again, not that comfortable, and we don't want to be out to our sides. Now, why do we want to have this strong position? What's important is that, especially with the wrists being straight, it's much stronger. If you think about doing a bent over row, when you have that weight in your hand, you're pulling it to your side, but your wrist stays straight. Your bent over row is not going to be as powerful if you're trying to pull with the bent wrists. So when we finish with the straight wrists, sitting up tall, that's going to be a lot stronger than finishing like this or way farther back. If you're too far back, you're going to tax your core really more than you need to, and you don't need much more, again, than that 11-to-1 to get that violent hip swing and get the power from your hips. So again, just quick recap. We want to be sitting up tall at that 11 or 1 position. Shoulders are down, but they're strong. Elbows are back, about 45 degrees, I'd say, maybe a little more. And then wrists are flat, finding that good handle height for where we can do that. So as we start to row, that finish position, we're hitting that finish position every time. If you're taking a look at your own video, you can pause at the finish a couple times as part of a drill, but I don't recommend pausing at the finish if you're just going through normal strokes. You want to come out of it like a quick U-turn, like so. What you can do as you're watching your own video, though, is you can slow it down, go frame by frame, and take a look at what you're doing at your finish position, especially your hands. Start there. Look at your hands, look at your shoulders. Those are going to be the two big places to look when you're taking a look at your finished position. All right, so thank you for joining me in this video today and learning all about your finished position. This actually is something that I also go through and go over in my Revamp Your Rowing program. So if you're interested in learning more and learning how you can check your own form so that you can be more confident in your rowing, check out the link in the description. If you like the content in this video, feel free to also like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video.